Welcome to our first fan theory video for season 4 of Servant. So we're going to be reading all your comments from the last video. I'm Dan. This is Jules. So yeah, there were some good comments, Jules. There were some good
Oh my
ones.
God, so many. It was so hard to pick, honestly.
I know. Yeah, so we're going to
I,
do as many as we can, but some were long, so it's going to take a while to.
very long. Thank you,
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Kizenville.
I mean, if you guys haven't read these comments yet, just go and
They're
read them.
so interesting. There's so
Yeah.
many different viewpoints. I love it.
Yeah, and then you got people going back and forth and like, I didn't notice that, but did you notice this? It's great. So also, we're willing to extend an invitation. If any of you guys ever want to join us for one of these types of videos, you're more than welcome to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
So
so much
just
fun.
yeah, so comment and we'll figure it out. So let's just jump right into it. Want to read the
Cool.
first one?
Sure can. All right, this one is from John. And John says, I think Toby is the only one not afraid of Leanne, and he has feelings for her. Leanne is finally coming to that realization, so I think the season will end with Leanne and Toby together. Leanne has been trying all along to make Dorothy her servant, and there will be a battle royale at the end with Dorothy and Leanne. Queen Leanne will be victorious, and she and Toby and Jericho will live happily ever after. How cute. I
So
love
yeah,
that.
we have a happy ending,
It's very
and
fairy
that's
tale Disney ending.
imagine that if we go through all
I
this
don't
and
think it's going to
yeah,
happen like that, but
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
it could end that way, but just with a lot more destruction.
Yeah. I mean, Leanne and Toby together could happen, but
For sure.
I think Toby's a goner. I think he's not going to make it to the end of the season.
Not if
Uh,
Julian has anything to do with it.
Definitely not. Yeah. And there was somebody that said if he dies, it's going to be Julian that kills him.
Oh,
So,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But if there's a battle royale at the end with Dorothy and Leanne, and that would be insane. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Okay, next up we have EG. She has Sean and Julian under a spell, it seems. Crazy Leanne has turned full on evil since the first season. And then LB jumps in and they say no one seems to see that they have all turned evil except Toby. Not sure if Sean is all out evil yet, but Dorothy tortured Leanne, blackmailed Toby, is vindictive. They are all selfish. Julian is manipulative and sleeping with an 18-year-old while he has girlfriends. Sean is aware that Leanne's presence equals Jericho's presence and that there is something magical or spiritual going on, but looks the other way for his own benefit. They are all evil. I don't know why poor Toby hangs around such evil. Unless in his innocence he believes they are good people, they are all evil. Really hammering that point. Uncle George Uncle George seems like he was the only one who was really loving. He wanted Leanne to do the right thing. He couldn't bring himself to carry out Leanne's reunion. He healed Sean. He was grieved over the whole situation. He tried to get Sean to man up. Everyone on the show, including the dad, is evil, except maybe Uncle George and Toby.
You know, I kind of see where they're coming from with the Uncle George thing.
You don't think he's that
Like, if
bad?
you look at it that way, he has done some pretty decent things for
Yeah,
people.
yeah. He's a savage when he eats, but
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
different story for a different day. But yeah, I mean that's a good point. They all have really, maybe they've always been that way. No, we've only seen them for the life of the show. Maybe it's inner qualities that they've always had and always striving and being selfish people. But that's a
Yeah,
good point. That's a good point.
yeah.
They all
They're
have,
a family of fucking lunatics. Ooh, sorry,
yeah,
my language.
that's fine. But yeah, that's a good point. Like everybody's always pointing out Leanne for turning evil. Me, I'm guilty of this. I always say that.
Oh yeah.
But really, they all have done some bad things. So good perspective there. And I really enjoyed that take.
Yeah, absolutely. And next up, we have Terrell Maxwell. And Terrell says, should we prepare a memoriam for the two caretakers? I think if Toby gets taken out, it will be by Julian's hands. There it is. Is it me, or does it feel like the series finale will have a Carrie-style movie ending because of the cracking house? And I can totally see that. I do get very much like Carrie-style vibes.
I hope so. Can you imagine that?
That
If
would
it's
be
just
badass.
if it's just nuts, like the house is breaking apart. At this point, all the neighbors are outside, like these
I know they're
Turners,
all.
dude. These Turners.
It's
What are they
always the
doing?
Turners.
Yeah. What are they up to now? No, their house is just breaking apart. Great. It's gonna be, yeah, that would be awesome. So I mean,
Someone get the hazmat suits.
yeah. So I guess that would be a Carrie style ending would be Leanne just going all out, like full force of
Yeah.
her powers, full, you know how she gets angry and storms
Mhm.
off, and then something cracks. But what if she's not like containing it like that? What if she's just straight up
Yeah.
angry, screaming,
It's infuriating.
and just chaotic, and the house just crumbles, and she's just standing there in the
I think that would
wreckage?
be cool shit.
That'd be
Now my
awesome.
question is in that pertaining to that, do you think it will be like on purpose? Like, do you think she will know that the angrier she gets, like the more the house gets destroyed? Or do you think she's like just gonna unleash her anger and it just happens?
I think it would just happen, and I think if she noticed it happening, she wouldn't stop. You know,
Oh
she
no,
would just
definitely
keep
not.
she would just keep going. So it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Like I'm super sad the show's ending, but I'm also so excited to see how it ends. You know,
I know, I know.
like I can't, because there's a twist, if not multiple twists lined
Oh,
up.
probably multiple. I
Yeah.
There's just like infinite endings for this show.
There's so many different ways it can end. Like I'm loving this season so far, but I just can't wait to see what happens. So that would be sick. Thanks, Terrell. All right, next up we have the Funny Guys 785. Welcome back. I noticed something this episode in particular. I was kind of surprised with the way Sean was acting. He knows that Leanne most likely caused Dorothy to fall by breaking the stairs, yet he allows them to be alone together. If I thought someone hurt, almost killed my spouse, I would not let them be alone together. He even asked her last season, please don't hurt her. Secondly, I'm not sure it's been going on the whole show, but I noticed that Sean goes nowhere near the baby. When he sees him after work, etc., he never holds him or kisses him hello or good night like a normal father would. He may have been like this before and I didn't notice, but he was out of the house doing the gauntlet show. But when he gets back home, he doesn't even say hello to the baby. Any parent can see this strange action. Most parents would at least kiss the top of their heads, etc. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe he's just so caught up in being nervous of losing everything, so he just doesn't know how to truly act, and he's not appreciating the moment for what it is. Or maybe,
Well, see, my question is that didn't he acknowledge in the beginning of I guess it was the first season, that they were using a doll to replace Jericho?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like maybe it's just remnants of that coming through, and he's like I know I should be thankful and just keep my mouth shut, but this is a little weird, guys. Whose baby is
Mhm.
this?
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Like he truly wants to know whose baby it is, or how it's there, or what really is going on. So I think that's always in the back of his mind, and he's just not willing to accept that this is normal and this is my life. So
Yeah.
it could be that. But yeah, good observation. He really doesn't go near the kid. Like I don't
Yeah.
even
And it's weird that sorry, go ahead.
no, I don't even remember a time of him being near the kid anytime lately. So yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
yeah. And like it's weird to me that no one says anything about it. Like no one acknowledges that. Like
No,
you never see someone come in and just like try to hand the baby off to him.
yeah, yeah, never. It's just like,
They're just like, okay, this is normal.
yeah, it's just normal, and he just kind of avoids everything, and he doesn't care that Leanne's near his wife that she tried to kill. And it's a good point. Like he just is not acting like a normal person, but maybe he's just being reserved because he's scared of losing everything, or he doesn't want to accept, or he just truly wants to know whose baby it is. It could be that.
Lots of theories.
Yeah.
All right. Our next comment is from Kizenbell. And she says, the purpose of CLS is to save the children from unfit homes. Leanne said that someone reads the signs and they get assigned to certain families. I think a CLS member creates a disaster, like a fire or shooting, to get rid of the family while the assigned member removes the child that should be saved. They work with law enforcement to cover up CLS involvement, probably Officer Reyes. I think the purpose of the Marino family in the show was to show us this and that no one is able to bring anyone back from the dead. Leanne would not have been so upset about Sergio's death if she could resurrect. She got so mad and broke ties with the church because she knew the church was responsible for Sergio's death. That's very interesting. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, and it's like we can't forget about that whole Sergio situation. They wouldn't have put that scene in there if it didn't matter, or like that whole
For no
storyline.
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wouldn't
Yeah,
have.
that's
So
fair.
I think that's going to come back to play. I totally forgot about Officer Reyes. We haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
So you got to wonder if she comes back into the fold. But yeah, I mean, great point with that, because the whole Sergio situation, it's going to come pay off. It's definitely going to come back. and be
Yeah.
part of the storyline. So I can't wait. I hope we start seeing like how Uncle George came back. I hope we start seeing some of those legacy characters that have been around for a while but haven't
Yeah,
shown up
that
in
would be
scenes.
nice. Well, it'd be nice to connect them back like right before everything ends. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see that, and it'd be like fitting for the finale to get one more
Mhm.
look at these characters or like, what's really going on. Same thing with Roscoe. Like I want more with him and to see how he's going to act with Uncle George when he sees
Yeah.
him. It's going to be a whole thing when he sees him. So we'll see how that plays out. And it's just exciting to see all these storylines come together. So hopefully the whole Sergio thing comes back, but I think it will. I'm pretty sure it
I
will.
think it will too. I think it will. Well, and especially because I mean, we don't have enough time to read all of Kiz and Bale's comments on this theory. But if you guys haven't read them already, go out and go check them out because she makes some very good points of just like little details that I didn't notice that just make this theory a lot more convincing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So to close out the first fan theory video, I have to blow everyone's minds. 3 days
Okay.
ago, Jules, and you haven't seen this yet.
I have not.
3 days ago, someone commented on our fan theory video, just like we're doing right now, from last year. One of our videos from last year where we were doing this and we were reading comments and reading people's theories. And this person thinks he figured it out. So let me know if you heard this before, dear
Okay.
listeners, and you, Jules. This is something. Hold on to your hats. Speak Plainly Sports writes, let me explain what's going on. Dorothy is deluded. Leanne does not exist. Her death took place in the past. Dorothy's delusions involve Sean and Julian. Sean and Julian are both alive, but Dorothy sees them differently. Thus, when we watch the show, we see everything through Dorothy's eyes. As a matter of fact, Sean and Julian are doing their best to help Dorothy overcome her delusion. It is because of Dorothy that Sean and Julian's lives revolve around her. Dorothy is being treated by Aunt Josephine and Uncle George, who are doctors. The church is made up of people who work for Aunt Josephine and Uncle George. That's why Aunt Josephine, Uncle George, and the church want to kill Leanne. Dorothy will be free from her delusion once Leanne dies. Leanne is what is preventing Dorothy from realizing the truth, which is why everyone is trying to kill her. As a result of her baby's death, Dorothy created Leanne to relieve the guilt she feels. The videos you see constantly playing are what give you the backstory. Her delusion is based on the experiences she gained as a reporter in the past. Leanne is the mannequin in the house. The delusion of Dorothy is based on her past experiences. She created the church, Leanne, all based on her past experiences as a reporter. Dorothy's mind is the house. Every time we see the house break, Dorothy is waking up. Dorothy will be free once the house is broken, and Leanne must die before the house can be broken. Therefore, Dorothy is in a delusion. In order to create her delusion, she drew upon her experiences as a reporter in the past. She sees Sean, Julian, Aunt Josephine, Uncle George, and everyone else that she wants. Leanne is the cause of her delusion, and the house is her mind. In Dorothy's delusion, Aunt Josephine and Uncle George, both doctors, are trying to kill Leanne. I mean, have
I
you heard
don't.
anything like that since we've been doing this? That's something. That's something else.
If this is not it, I need this person to write a script for a show because that was great.
I mean, tip my cat to even think of that. That's so outside the box. It's not even
Yeah,
funny.
but it's totally something that would make sense for M. Night.
Yeah. Listen, it could happen. It definitely could happen. Do I think it's going
And
to
the
happen?
symbolism
No.
is there.
Yeah, the symbolism
I
is there.
know.
Are you getting convinced?
A little bit.
Yeah, you
Listen, you're
liked
the
it?
one who always tells people to throw out the wild theories. I
Hey,
like this. It's very outside the box.
it is.
Hmm,
It's
okay.
something. Now, I hope Speak Plainly Sports watches this video because he watched a video from last year. So I don't know if he knows we're doing this right now, but I would love to get him to comment again and further explain this.
I would like to see like how he like came to these conclusions. Like
Oh
what
my
was it
gosh.
that set off this train of thought?
Listen, I would love to sit down and pick this person's brain and be like, I mean, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, how'd you think of that? That's crazy. So, I mean,
I'm
what do you
thoroughly
guys think?
impressed.
I'm impressed. I thought that was too cool not to share. I had to share that one, even though he didn't comment on this video.
Absolutely.
He commented in the right time frame, because when Jules and I were talking about extending it and doing it midweek, I got this comment after that. So it was like meant to be. I was meant to
Oh, yeah.
talk about that. Thank you guys so much for your comments. What do you think is going on? We're going to be right back for episode 3. So subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.